With Season 3 being out for over a week now, I want to show you the new top 5 best guns with their best class setups here in Black Ops 6 Season 3. So if you guys are new and find this video help you out in any way, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel with notice on, and let's get into it. So now jumping into our first weapon here, we have the Kilo 141, and I think we can all agree this is the #1 gun right now here in Black Ops 6. Any range, it's super good, and we're going to make it a lot better here with my build. Now we're going to start with the optic here. We are going to be adding an optic on, which I'm going to be adding on the CYPHER Microflex. I think it's the best, and I think it's the easiest one to use here in the game right now. We're going to add this on. Like I say in my videos though, go ahead and use what you have on lock, or go ahead and add on your favorite optic here. Now, with the recoil control being really good on this weapon, we're going to skip over the muzzle and go to the barrel next and add on the reinforced barrel. This is going to make the weapon, any gunfight we get into, a lot easier to get in and get out of. Up close, medium range, long range, it does not matter. Our bullets are traveling further, they're hitting harder, our bullets are traveling faster. Any gunfight we get into, the gunfights are going to be super easy to get in and out of, which is great. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel. Now, for my underbarrel next, we are going to add on the Ranger foregrip. We are getting some recoil stabilization, which is great. We are getting that sprinting movement speed, which is the main thing about this attachment. And also, we're getting that horizontal recoil control, just making the recoil pattern a lot more smooth. It's going to be easier to control. We're moving faster around the map, and the weapon is more stable. You're going to be hitting all your shots now, and you're going to be able to have that run-and-gun type of aggressive play style with this build. So we're going to go ahead and throw on the Ranger foregrip. If you need help with any challenge in Black Ops 6, make sure to check out Damn Mods. They can help you with any challenge in the game, from game challenges, maxing weapons out, to even unlocking mastery camos. They are trusted by thousands of customers, and you can save up to $100 using code Paradox at checkout. Link will be in the description. Now for my magazine next, we're going to add on the first extended mag, get a nice 50 round mag. The time to kill, as long as you're hitting your shots, is going to be great. You don't have to reload all the time. You don't have to slow down to reload all the time, which is amazing. So we're going to go ahead and throw on the first extended mag. And then for my final attachment, you can go two ways with this. If you want more handling, you could add on the rear grip, and I'm going to be adding on the commando grip here. Or if you want more mobility, you can go with the stock and add on the no stock or the balance stock. It's really on how you want to play this. Do you want more mobility? Add on the stock. If you want more handling, go ahead and add on the rear grip. For me, I think handling is more important, so we're going to go ahead and throw on the commando grip. Increase our handling, aim down sights faster, shooting faster off a sprint, help us be more aggressive and everything, so we're going to add on the commando grip here. Here is my build for the Kilo, and we're going to jump into the firing range real quick with this weapon. And just to show you, this weapon, I mean, it doesn't move at all. The weapon's great with its time to kill. Even if you have to, you can take your gunfights to super long ranges and go absolutely crazy. Now for weapon number 2 here, we have the CYPHER 91. Now, not too many people use this weapon anymore, but it's still a really good, strong AR to use. I do think it's the strongest AR in the game still. Really good at long range, just anywhere really. This weapon is just super strong, and it has a quick time to kill in any range here. We have another 5 attachment build, and we're going to start with the optic here. I like the iron sights, but then again, I do feel more comfortable when using an optic on the CYPHERs. So for my first attachment again, we are going to be using the CYPHER Microflex. If you don't want to use this, there is so many great options in this game. Go ahead and use what your favorite optic is, or use what you have unlocked as always. But for me, I am going to be adding on the CYPHER Microflex. Now, with the recoil pattern and the gun kick on this weapon, we're definitely going to have to be using the compensator. Now, the compensator, stat-wise, when it comes to recoil control, gun kick control, the compensator is still the best muzzle in the game. It makes any weapon in the game just super easy to control. Will this attachment get a nerf? Maybe not. Probably will eventually. But right now, when it comes to having no recoil and just having full control of your weapon, the compensator is going to be the best muzzle in the entire game. Now, you can, if you want to with this build, you could go with a barrel, the reinforced barrel, the gain twist. It's really on how you want to do this. Do you want to have better damage range? Do you want to make all your gunfights super easy? I would add on the reinforced barrel if you're just trying to make any gunfight you get into up close to long range is super easy. Bullets are stronger, they're traveling further, they're traveling faster, just overall making the weapon just so much better to use here, which we are going to be going with the reinforced barrel. Now, jumping over here to the rear grip, we're going to add on the assault grip. This can help with sprint to fire speed and jumping sprint to fire speed. Now, personally for me, I think the handling is pretty good on this AR already. I feel like the aim down sight speed is pretty good. I'm going to go with that assault grip for that extra sprint to fire speed time, so I'm instantly shooting off a sprint, helping you have that better run and gun type of play style, just being more aggressive, helping me win more gunfights. So we're going to go ahead and throw on the assault grip. And then for my final attachment here, there is 2 ways you can go with this. Do you want more mobility? Go ahead and throw throw on the light stock or the balance stock here. If you use this and you're still having a little bit of trouble controlling the weapon, you're not hitting your shots or anything like this, for my final attachment, which I'm going to go with, and it's going to make the weapon so much easier to use, we're going to go ahead and throw on the recoil springs because it is going to give us more gun kick control and recoil control vertically and horizontally. So this weapon isn't going to move, which we're going to throw on here. And here is a full build for this. Great damage, really easy to control. I still like the mobility and handling where it's at, so we are going to still be aggressive, but we're going to jump into the firing range here. And I mean, the Cypher, like I said, it is pretty strong, so it is going to be good. Really, any gunfight we get into, even at 50 meters, I mean, this weapon puts people down still. And if you're still looking for a good AR, you don't want to use a Kilo or AMAX, make sure to give this build for the Cypher a try. Now for weapon number 3 here, we're jumping into our first SMG, which is the PP919. Now with the Jackal PDW not being overpowered anymore, the PP919 and a bunch of these other SMGs are going to be great to use. I feel like the SMGs are very balanced now with the Jackal getting a nerf, but one of my favorite SMGs here is the PP919. High mag size, really good damage and everything, and I'm going to be showing you a build that you're going to be going absolutely crazy with for those high kill games. And we are going to be using the iron sights here, but we're going to start with the muzzle and add on the monolithic suppressor. We're off the radar, we're staying stealthy and quiet. It's gonna help us stay alive a lot longer. Bullets are stronger, they're traveling faster, they're traveling further, just overall making this SMG so much better to use. So we're gonna add this on for our first attachment. Now next, we're going to the barrel and adding on the reinforced barrel. Now with the monolithic suppressor and the reinforced barrel on at the same time, it's going to be such a nasty combo on this weapon. It is going to be able to take people out at longer ranges, and it's going to hit like an AR or an LMG. The damage range that we're getting on this SMG now with just these two attachments is absolutely insane. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel and make this weapon so much stronger, and you're going to be going absolutely crazy with it. Now, with the monolithic suppressor taking away the aim down sight speed, we are going to go to the rear grip next, and we're going to be adding on the commando grip. The commando grip is going to fix the con from the monolithic suppressor, and we're going to get more aim down sight speed, which is great. This is an SMG, so the handling is pretty high already, so we don't really need to worry about that too much. We are getting jumping aim down sight speed, we are getting sprint to fire speed, and jumping sprint to fire speed. All this stuff is going to stack with each other, so it's going to help us be more aggressive. And the good thing about this build, with the damage range that we have here, we can play slow, take our gunfights to those medium to longer ranges, or if we need to be aggressive, this is still an SMG, and we can still be super aggressive and get those high kill games and everything. The commando grip is going to help out so much, is helping us be more aggressive, aiming down sights faster, shooting faster off a sprint and a jump and everything. So we are going to add on the commando grip. Now, for my stock here, we are going to add only infiltrator stock. Now, I've been saying this a lot here lately. If you are the first person to be aimed down sights in your gunfight and you're already ready to shoot, you are going to be like 99% chance you are going to win that gunfight. So we're going to add only infiltrator stock. It is going to help us move faster when aimed down sights. So we're pre-aiming around corners. We're ready for gunfights, especially if you're running a UAV or if there's a harp in the air. You are going to be ready for your gunfights. You're going to be pre-aiming, winning your gunfight. So we're going to add on the infiltrator stock. And then for my final attachment here, we're going to go to the fire mods and add on the recoil springs. We are going to make this more feel like an AR because of the recoil control, the gun kick control, and the damage range. But again, this is an SMG, so you're going to be able to still be aggressive here. We're going to add this on though. You're not going to have any recoil. You're not going to have any gun kick. You're going to have full control of this weapon here. But here's a full build for this. We are going to jump into the firing range as well with it. And I want to show you this weapon at 5 meters, 10 meters. We have about 20 meters. We have 25 meters. Even at 50 meters, this weapon feels like an AR. It's super disgusting, and you guys are gonna love this build. Now for our next weapon here, for weapon number 4, we have the SWAT 5.56. We're gonna turn it into the GRAU. This is one of the most popular weapons right now in Warzone and even multiplayer right now. Before our first attachment, what we're gonna do is turn the SWAT into the GRAU here with the conversion kit here. Fully automatic weapon. We're getting movement speed, vertical and horizontal recoil control, and we're also unlocking an extra attachment which we're gonna be using here. But we're gonna add this on and make this weapon the GRAU 5.56, which is super broken. Now for our next attachment, we are going to the muzzle here and adding on the monolithic suppressor. We're off the radar, we're staying stealthy. It's going to help us stay alive a lot longer. Our bullets are traveling faster, they're hitting harder, traveling further, just making this weapon so much better to use in any gunfight we get into. So we're going to add this on for our next attachment. Now we're going to the magazine here and adding on the only option that we have here, which is the full auto extended mag. We're getting a 50 round mag, which is amazing here, and we're also getting that recoil stabilization. The weapon is going to be super stable. It's going to help us be more accurate. We're hitting all of our shots now, which is amazing. So we're going to go ahead and add on the fully automatic extended mag. Now for my rear grip, we are going to add on the quick draw grip. This is very important that we run this. The aim down sight speed and the jumping aim down sight speed, this will stack. So if we're jumping in our gunfights, if we're aiming down sights and everything, it's going to be super fast, and it's also going to help with the monolith suppressor con. So we're going to add this on and have a faster aim down sight speed. And then we're going to the stock and adding on the light stock for our final attachment here, which is going to give us movement speed, strafing movement speed, and everything. Help our mobility go up here. That is very important with this weapon here. It's going to help us move faster around the map, be more aggressive. So with the GRAU here now, we could be super aggressive, be in people's faces, and have that super aggressive playstyle. And also with this weapon having great damage range, we could be slow and take our gunfights to longer ranges, which is amazing. But you can change your playstyles to multiple ways, which is great. But we are going to add on the light stock to help us be more aggressive here. But here's the full build for this. We are going to jump into the firing range with this build here, and I want to show you, I mean, this weapon up close, it's going to be good at 10 meters, it's going to be good at 20 meters, it's going to be good at 30 meters somewhere. I'm telling you, the GRAU still acts the same way as it did a couple years ago. And again, it's great in multiplayer, it's great in Warzone, and it doesn't matter how you use this weapon, but in my opinion, this is the best build for this weapon. And then get into our final weapon here in today's video. We have the C9. Now again, with the Jackal getting a nerf, it changes so many ways that you could use different SMGs. There's no longer a super overpowered SMG. They're pretty balanced right now, but the C9 is definitely one of the easiest weapons to use when it comes to recoil control and how good the weapon is at longer ranges here, and we're going to make that better. Now for our first attachment, we are going to add on the muzzle first, which is the monolith suppressor. Off the radar again, we're staying stealthy. It's going to help us stay alive a lot longer. Bullets are stronger, they're traveling further and everything, which is great. So we're going to add on the monolithic suppressor. Next, we are going to the underbarrel here and adding on the Ranger foregrip, horizontal recoil control, and sprinting movement speed. I still want to be aggressive with this, but also if I can take my gunfights to longer ranges, I want to be able to hit my shots. So the recoil control that we're getting is great, and also the movement speed we're getting is amazing, helping us be more aggressive, have better shots for our C9. So we're going to go ahead and throw on the Ranger foregrip. Now we're skipping over the magazine, we're going to the rear grip and adding on the commando grip here again. Again, with this being an SMG, you do not have to run the quick draw grip with the monolith suppressor. You can if you really want to here, but I do want to aim down sight speed, but also sprint the fire speed time here. So we're going to add on the commando grip. It's going to make the weapon better, help us be more aggressive and everything. Fix the cons from the monolith suppressor, just helping us be more aggressive and everything, which is amazing. So we're going to add on the commando grip. Now for my stock here next, we are going to add on the balanced stock, strafing movement speed, aim walking movement speed, hip fire movement speed. The mobility is going to be absolutely cracked on this weapon now, just helping us be more aggressive and everything. So we're going to add on the balanced stock. And then for our final attachment, we are going to the fire mods and adding on the recoil springs. We're just going to have the best control of this weapon, gun kick control, vertical and horizontal recoil control. You're not going to miss your shots or anything like that, and it's going to feel more calm. It's going to be easier control, but here is a full build for this, and we are going to take this weapon into the firing range, and I'm going to show you this weapon at 5 meters. It deletes. We have 10 meters. We have about 15-20 meters. We have 25 meters. I mean, the weapon is really good, and I think it is one of the easiest SMGs to use right now. But go ahead, give this build a try. But here right now are the top 5 best weapons with the best class ups here in Black Ops 6 Season 3. I want you to copy them down, play a few games, use them for a couple hours. Let me know what your favorite build was, and if you get any crazy games, let me know in the comments. But guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.